Hey gang, I'm Luke and welcome to Down from the Attic. Today we're looking at a game that I have been hunting for years and I've finally tracked down a copy. This episode we're looking at Mystery Mansion. Let's get this thing down and have a look at it.
First off, box art. And oh man, just look at this. This is beautiful. It's like background art for Scooby-Doo. It's a spectacular piece, gnarled trees, a crack of lightning in the sky, eerily lit windows, and who is this mysterious figure? This is already one of my favourite box arts ever.
Now, Mystery Mansion was only ever released in the US and Canada. Want to know a really quick way of figuring out whether a Milton Bradley game is US only? This little key here. It was a marketing slogan that they only used in the US and Canada,
which has made tracking down a copy outside the States pretty difficult. But I have it. Which leads us nicely onto contents. And lifting the lid off the box, you're met with quite a lot of stuff here. There's 24 rooms, 16 of these are these little boxes and 8 being tiles, 7 treasure tokens, though I have a spare, 7 treasure chests, 12 plastic staircases, 4 play pieces, 8 secret passage doors, 72 search cards, 56 clue cards, this unique door die, this front door card, and the instructions. And these instructions are massive, it's like a road map. Setup. Shuffle both the clue cards and the search cards and deal 5 search cards to each player. All players place their play piece on the front door square and the fire square is added ahead of it. 6 cobwebs are added to 6 treasure chests and 1 treasure chest will get the real treasure. Be careful not to look on the underside of these chests when doing so, more about this soon. Mix up the chests and set to one side, along with the stairs and the trapdoors. Turn all the box rooms and the tile rooms face down and mix them up so they're randomised. And we're done. Presentation?
Well, initially, this game is amazing to look at and I'll admit that, but if you haven't guessed already, this game builds up procedurally, with you adding extra rooms as you explore the mansion.
And there's a massive amount of variety to these rooms. Music room, kitchen, gallery, dining room, basement, pantry, study, solarium. And these all have different art to them. There's clearly a lot of design and effort gone into this. The game looks its best when it's been played for a few turns, and the mansion has begun to spread across the table. In the game you'll explore Mystery Mansion, entering new rooms in search of clues. You might find nothing but cobwebs. You might find a key, or a chest, or a secret passage. But which chest contains the real treasure? You'll have to be wily, steal treasures and keys off your opponents, and make it to the front entrance with the real treasure. But will that chest be filled with jewels, or dust?
Gameplay is quite simple. If you've watched my previous review on Electronic Mystery Mansion, which is linked right here, then you're going to feel right at home with this game.
Each player gets to make 3 actions in a turn. First, simple enough, you can move through the open rooms and through the mansion. Second, attempt to open a new room. This is done with a die. The die has open or locked on its sides. You'll need to roll open in order to add another room to the game. However, rolling locked still counts as an action, a wasted one at that. If you've rolled open, you get to pick a new room and add it to the mansion. It's quite a neat way to add randomisation, and the layout of the mansion won't ever be quite the same in 2 playthroughs. Third, you might opt to search for a clue. If you're stood in a room, you have the option of searching for a clue in the furniture in that room. Each room is a top-down view of the room. You'll see tables, chairs, beds, cabinets, statues, plants, and pianos. If you have a search card that matches that piece of furniture in that room, you can play it and draw a clue card. Fourth any clue cards you collect, you can opt to play these too as an action. And finally, you can travel through any of the secret passageways as and when they land onto the game. Building up the mansion has a few rules to follow. New rooms have to connect to a doorway in the room you're moving from. New rooms also must be placed as a tile, they can't be offset. You're more or less building up a grid formation. As you can see, there's boxes and flat tile rooms. Flat tiles are the basement tiles, red box are the ground floor, and yellow boxes are the first floor. You can connect the same floor type to another without issue. But moving from levels, you add these little staircase pieces, and initially, you'd think that they don't really need to be added. But these actually show you how and where connections to rooms were made. You can only use these connections to move through the mansion. It's simple and it works well as a visual cue. Naturally, you cannot place a first floor tile going from a basement. It wouldn't happen in real life, and it doesn't happen in Mystery Mansion either. Aside from that, when you add a room, it's on you how you wish to rotate, orientate, even which level you want to add. It's fun, and it adds a bit of involvement to the board. As the mansion expands, so are more opportunities for you to search for clues. You use your search cards. Most cards will have a picture of 2 items of furniture on them for you to explore. Provided you're in a room with that piece of furniture, you can explore it. Announce to the other players which piece of furniture you're going to be inspecting. Play your card and you'll draw a clue card, and also draw back up to 5 search cards. You always have 5 search cards. Search cards also have a number of different effects than just searching. Certain cards will allow you to steal search cards from other players, swap places with other players, and move to occupied rooms. There's some really nasty ones which account for nothing, such as lose 1 action this turn, or whoops, you've been waylaid. These serve to give you less options to search with. However, making good use of the movement cards can be enormously beneficial. For the most part, playing search cards will have you drawing clue cards, and these have a number of different effects too. Sometimes you'll find nothing but cobwebs, but you may be fortunate enough to find a key, or a treasure chest, and when a chest is found, it's added to the board in that room. Under each chest are 2 numbers. These are the keys that will open that chest. When you collect a key, you play it so all players can see what number keys you own. Clue cards will also allow you to steal key cards and treasures from other players, add secret passageways and trapdoors. This creates a real cutthroat atmosphere to the game, and I love it. But how do you claim a treasure chest? Well, you have to have a key that matches to it. You can check the underside in secret when you're next to a chest. If you have the correct key, you're in luck. But it's not as simple as that. No. You have to get the chest all the way back to the front entrance before you can check it for its contents. You can't use secret passageways when carrying treasure, so the furthest you'll be moving in a turn is 3 spaces. And opponents are going to want to nab that chest for themselves. They'll play steal your key cards, meaning that you can no longer move with the chest. Or they'll play steal treasure cards and steal the chest off you and run for the exit. With 2 keys opening that 1 chest, there's often a case that 2 players are fighting over getting to the chest and getting it to the front door. You can help prevent this by owning or stealing both of the keys, but then you have to hold on to them and the chest. You've made it to the entrance, key and chest in hand. You enter the key, you hold your breath, and cobwebs. Because 6 of the chests are dummies, and until you check, you have no idea which is a correct chest. But with each fake chest taken out of the game, the odds increase to you getting the correct one. Sometimes multiple chests might be in play, and you have to make a decision on which one to focus on. Make the right decision avoid keys being stolen, your chests being stolen, opponents using secret passages to race to the front, and you've found the treasure. And that is Mystery Mansion. So, final thoughts?
I bought Mystery Mansion because I thought the components looked really interesting. All those little boxes being the rooms and it building up modular, that's kind of cool, and obviously this box art is just stunning. And as I mentioned, finding this in the UK was tough, really not easy to find. I already had Electronic Mystery Mansion, and I thought, well, why on earth would I want the analog version? Well, I'm here to tell you that despite what Board Game Geek says, this is the better game. It really is. This is an excellently designed and produced Milton Bradley game, and it's a ton of fun.
The electronic game has a lot of style to it. Plastic furniture pieces, a talking unit that acts as the brain of the game, but the mansion itself is a lot smaller, and whilst I enjoy the game, there's little interaction between the players. This Mystery Mansion? You're building the mansion out turn by turn. You're stealing cards off others, stealing keys, stealing chests, and it feels much more interactive and vindictive of a game. The idea of trying to get the treasure for yourself feels more present in this version. It's ruthless. Using cards to move around the board, join an opponent or swap places with them gives choice to the players. With 5 cards in your hand, you have a range of moves and actions, and it's down to you to plan and scheme how best to use them. But the multiple chests on the board give you the choice again where to focus your efforts, and sometimes this will be wasted effort. Players will sympathise and laugh as you open a chest to just be dust and cobwebs. The struggle you went through to get the chest there and it being completely worthless. But with every fake treasure, the odds of finding the treasure increases, and it becomes intense trying to hold on to those chests. My copy of the game has 2 treasure tokens, so you can have 2 real treasures in the game. Have it down to the final 2 chests and it becomes a frantic race to the front door, because who opens the treasure first is the winner. This is a really fun option to play with.
Mystery Mansion isn't the easiest game to find a copy of, but don't overlook it in favour of its electronic counterpart. This is a fantastic game, and it's already shot right up my favourite games lists. It's that good. It's one you should definitely look out for. Well, as always, I'm Luke. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.
If you like what I'm doing here on Down from the Attic, consider liking the video and subscribing. Comments are always welcome, and I'll see you in the next video.